Hey everybody, welcome back to Studio F. This is video 8 of 12 for my song Gimme. It's adding the vocals, and I hope you guys are all safe. I'm recording this around the middle of April. Everywhere I look, everywhere I go, people have masks on, they have gloves on. It's pretty weird, and I just look at it, it's a Mother Nature taking care of itself, kind of trimming back the other virus, us. Me, I'm hoping for the best, but planning for the worst. So for example, I got batteries, got plenty of batteries in case, worse stuff happens. I got first aid information. I never know what's gonna happen. First aid, I got the survival blanket, got, of course, the emergency poncho. Things could get crazy, you never know. And if and when the batteries ever run out, I got glow sticks, woo! And of course, tongue depressor. I gotta be the only guy around who's got a tongue depressor for an emergency like this. But the thing that's really got me worried is my personal safety. The CDC says that this virus is transmitted by close personal contact. And, when you're quarantined, it's all good and everything. But when you're out there in public, I get kind of worried. So I was looking for a comprehensive way to stay safe when I'm out in public. And I found this thing by the Smoot people. Same people that made my Smoot smart lock. It's the Smoot social safety shroud. That's right, the Smoot people say it cuts down on that virus spreading spray by as much as 87%. It doesn't look too odd when you have it on. And it's doing the job, Comfortable. And I ordered it with the extra option, the Sundowner safety sights. But the real kicker is what's on the inside when you're trucking down the street with this baby on it. I got a place for snacks, I got a place for a little drink and some snacks. Yeah. It's a really good item, and it's a Smoot. Okay, back to the vocals. I can't tell you how to sing. No one can. You can go to all the coaches in the world. They're going to tell you how you should sing, or they might say how the pros sing, or how maybe they might do it, but they can't tell you how you should be you. You have to find that out for yourself. No one can tell you. All I can do is tell you how I found myself, and maybe that'll open some doors for you. What I can tell you is how I've learned to make the most out of my voice. But then again, if you think I suck, then you don't want to listen to me either. So before we go any further, check out, you can listen to the song Gimme right up here. Click on that and, check it out. If you like what you hear, you see how I did it, and maybe you could get something from it.
You suck!
Oh no, not that guy again. I call him that guy. He was bugging me on video 5. Check out the inside. I'm actually getting recognized on the streets.
Nobody knows who the fuck you are.
So I'm finding I have to do something to protect my privacy, some kind of disguise, something like that. I'm getting mobbed on the streets. I'm getting
Nobody knows who the fuck you are. Nobody knows who you are, and you still suck.
See? There's always going to be somebody who doesn't get what you're doing, doesn't appreciate your art. Now, I could yell back at that dude, "You suck too, that guy." And we go back and forth, but that gets us nowhere. Let's try this. My good man, I'm truly sorry you do not appreciate my art form to the fullest extent. My good man,
still,
you lack the gene to truly understand art at the highest level. Please grow, please. Now, when you're singing, don't worry about getting it wrong. It's your song. There is no wrong. Focus on getting it right, because certainly there is a right. Aim for that.
You suck, man. Still.
Guy. Okay, did you listen to the tune? Hey, you're still here. Maybe you listened to the tune. You didn't run for the hills. Yeah, it's kind of a talker, mumbler, jiver kind of a vocal. Not really a sing-songy one. I got other songs where I sing and actually hold notes for a couple of beats and have melodies you can put on a music staff. This song, Gimme, is for the most part not one of those types of songs. Nevertheless, I shall continue to pontificate on the art of vocalization such that I would be singing a dirt back scratch song. You know who he is. So you want to be a singer. Everybody wants to sing, but not everyone should. Well, that's wrong. Who is the person going to decide who should and should not sing?
You suck, man. Still.
Now, I can remember the day I think I really got it. I really figured out how to sing for me. And I kind of like distilled it down to the essence of this. You just have to let go. You know, relax and just know what you're going to do. Plan it ahead. Think about it, you know, days, weeks, hours beforehand. But when that record button is hit and it's the moment and you got to get right down to doing it, you just got to open up and let it happen. Let it happen. Then record that. Listen to it back. You might go, yuck. Or you might go, it's okay. You can learn something from it. Or you might say, great. So you love it. It's exactly perfect, just like you want. So do other people agree? Do they like it? Doesn't matter. You're doing it for you. You're there to please you, unless you're doing it to please somebody else. In that case, there are two options. One, you're getting paid to please somebody else. Or two, you're not getting paid to please somebody else. Please, something's not right there. Exactly, it's wrong. You gotta please you. Please you alone. That's what makes it fun. That's what makes it all worth it. And then when you go back and listen to it days, hours, weeks, months, even years later, you still dig it because it's real, it's you. It's got shelf life, baby. Yeah. Shelf life, and ultimately, it's the best way to improve. First, think you're good. Second, know that you can get better. And you don't even have to try. It's evolution at work. So long as you continue to sing and play, you will automatically improve. So knowing that no matter what, you're going to improve, it's a motivator because now you can decide what you're going to improve at. Third, self-discovery, self-improve. I mean, it's going to rain anyway. You might as well stick your cup out and get a drink. I mean, you're going to evolve anyway. You're going to improve anyway. So you might as well think about it and be the control freak that you are and decide what it is you're going to improve at. I mean, basically, we have so little control in our lives in general that here's the one area where you can exercise your creative control to the max. And then fourth, see step one. So those are my circular rules for improvement. So along this whole process of expressing ourselves, we're all trying to find ourselves, to find that unique voice within, to really find and be the you that you are. Here's another way I tap into what I call the super you. Let your subconscious work on a problem, a creative problem, and come up with the answer for you. I do it all the time and it always works. Let's say you want to try and relax when you sing. So you go ahead and do that, you practice, you do it, and you do the take, and you relax, okay, all well and good. Then next time you go to sleep, intently and consciously say, kind of program your brain to be more relaxed when you sing. Then a couple days later, try it again, see if it works. Couldn't hurt. It works for me. The voice is the most personal instrument. And as I said earlier, you have so little control over everything in the world, but the only thing you do have control over is yourself. So, control it. With this sleep on it approach, you are programming you to be a better version of you, the best version of you that you can be. A lot of yous. It's a super you. I think the objective of any vocal track is to be completely immersed in it, to be so into it, you're really somewhere else, taken away. And that translates the same kind of emotion to the listener. But how to do that? Here's an exercise designed to see what your soul really has to say about the thing you're singing. Set up to do a vocal track, but this time, turn the voice in your headphones so far down, the music so far up, you can't hear your voice. All you hear is the track. Sing your heart out. Play it back. You're gonna look at it, you're gonna go, whoa, what the heck was that? Most of it's gonna sound like dookie, but there's gotta be something in there, that some upwelling of emotion that you wouldn't have gotten otherwise, that you're gonna say, hey, I could use part of that, or there's a more expressive way of doing that you can incorporate into your final vocal track. In any event, you're gonna learn something from doing this exercise. I think so. In any event, cool little exercise. Give it a shot. And you gotta remember, this is play. If you're working at it, it's gonna sound that way. Who wants that? It's play, man. If it ain't fun, you're doing it wrong. So I'm a yeller. Another singer I was working with for a while, they showed me the right way to sing, for the diaphragm. It was all cool, but the right way, it kind of irked me, I mean, I suppose there's a place for that, it's not in my world. But there is no right way, just like there is no wrong way. You gotta break out of that kind of thinking, or you'll never do something amazing. Or I like this one. Sing correctly and save your voice. Save it for what? In so doing, you might miss one of the greatest pleasures of loud music, and that's screaming your guts out on stage with a purpose. And man, there is nothing like it. I gotta say, never yell a vocal to the point where your emotions are spilling out all over the stage. You ain't doing that. You ain't lived. Okay, enough of the abstract. Maybe you got something from it? I hope so. What you really came here for is behind the scenes, the under the tracks, the scrabble, all the info on how I did the vocals for the song Gimme. Here it comes. Not soft serve ice cream, but what I call the soft scream vocal technique. Like, for example, I'm singing, oh, so like bring it back down again. Hey, you got to bring it up in volume, I'm bringing it up in intensity, but the volume stays down. You got control. It's the soft scream. I use it all the time in the song. It's like, you get the garden hose when you're washing the car. You set it to a little trickle. You kind of pinch the hose, and all of a sudden you get this powerful spray. You unpinch it, and it's back to a trickle in just a millisecond. That's one way to describe the soft scream vocal technique. Another way to think of it, it's like you're yelling at somebody in the library. Hey, what do you think you're doing? Take the book. You can take the book. Take the book. You gotta put the book back on the shelf. So here's the main voice with the soft scream, followed by the ominous, dark undertone voice. And then here's two voices together. Give me hope. Give me hope. I used the soft scream technique for the got so much money line here. But the thing about that is, I sang the vocal from the start all the way to the guitar solos. So I took that got so much money line out of the main vocal, chopped it, put it on its own track, put a lot of reverb on it, and got a faraway dude, man. I got so much money! More than enough for 6 lifetimes. Did the soft scream again on the my money, make money, my money. Then I added a couple background voices doubling that line to kind of, emphasize. And that's the first place you hear the layered vocals. My money makes money. My money, make money, my money, make money, my money. My money makes money. My money make money. My money make money. My money. My money makes money. My money make money. My money make money. My money. My money makes money. My money make money. My money make money. My money. My money makes money. My money make money. My money make money. My money. Then we hit the first chorus, made up of 3 voices. Here they are individually, followed by all of them once again together. We say thank you, give me more. Give me more, give me more, give me more, give me more, give me more. We say thank you, give me more. Give me more, give me more, give me more, give me more, give me more. We say thank you, give me more. Give me more, give me more, give me more, give me more, give me. We say thank you, give me more. Give me more, give me more, give me more, give me more, give me. Then halfway through the first guitar solo, to kind of punch things up and get the energy flow on the peak, the build starting, I added gimmies to little punches. Here those are. Then, after these added gimmies, I had to add the hey, which is something that had been sitting in my head from the very early inception of the song. So when it came to this part, I had to put them on down there. So I pulled out my best Freddie Mercury and threw them in there on a separate track, long after I did the lead vocal. So the solo ends and it goes down to the typical drop down, setting up the vocal, which comes back with the more is a concept. So I did that with the, soft scream in the back, and also, like, once again, the ominous voice underneath to give it that I mean, because remember, the topic is greed. There's nothing pretty about any of this. So here's the soft scream voice, the undertow voice, and both of them together from the final track.
More is a concept. More is a concept. More is a concept.
After that, the verse then moves to a sing-songy kind of a feel, largely, you know, driven by the lyrics, which I crank up the Mach-o-meter to 11, and really, you know, and what you get a singy-dingy kind of result, which is kind of cool. It plays into it, it's kind of nice, which leads up into the almost nursery rhymish flim-flam part. Now, I hadn't planned that the three-part vocal that answers the flim-flam lead vocal part until I actually got to that point. I was digging on the flim-flam thing so much, I said, man, I gotta capitalize on this and really, you know, drive this point home. So here are those flim-flam voices, each individually, then all together as one.
It's a sham, it's a shame, it's a flim-flam flam. It's a flim-flam flam. It's a sham, it's a shame, it's a flim-flam flam. It's a sham, it's a shame. It's a flim-flam flame. It's a sham, it's a shame, it's a flim-flam flame. Law of the jungle.
That takes us to Law of the Jungle, which is another soft scream, again doubled with the bad guy voice underneath. Here's that line with the vocal alone, and then the bad guy alone, and then both of them being evil together.
Law of the jungle. Law of the jungle. Law of the jungle.
Then another three-voice Gimme More section. Don't need to hear that again. And the song kind of travels on into the second guitar solo. The vocals drop out for a while. Then it kind of finishes that off, and it does the usual, the typical drop down leading up. Then it does the typical drop down, which kind of sets up the next verse. But this time around, it's a change up, man. It's a bullhorn verse. It's bullhorn, dude. It's the downtrodden. It's the people speaking back to the evil 1%ers. That's what it is, man. So, I mean, I couldn't really sing it. I mean, got a little slap back on it, you know, kind of EQ'd it crazy. So it sounds like I'm communicating with the people. Yeah, the people.
Now hear this. We're putting the 1% on notice. We're taking the world back. Forget about your POTUS. We're all we can stand. Can't stand no more. We're just worried about the next inevitable.
After the bullhorn finishes off, we come back with another three-voice fat Gimme More. But this time we got the super duper big fat yell on top, which kind of like, ooh, caps off the whole thing. Now I'm talking about this soft scream thing. Now, if this was live and the band be banging it out at 11, it would be a full-throated, scratchy, grovelly, sandpapery scream that would just, woo, yeah. But you can't do that with the recording stuff. You're stuck with all this crazy levels in the mix. And then on the other hand, you can't really over-compress it because that's gonna kind of choke out all the nuances of the vocals. Thus, the importance, the value of the soft scream. Yeah, always works.
Big, fat, gimme.
So the psst part, really an afterthought. How does one impersonate a head of state comically blackmailing somebody? I don't know. Guess, whatever. I guess I did it. I don't know, somehow.
Psst, hey. Do me a little favor here. Just back me up with the lies for now. I'll be a payoff for you real soon. Don't cross me. You've heard of the double cross, right? By the way, nice family you have there. It'd be a shame if something happened to them. Yeah, I'm pissed. So I wrote a pissed song.
Maybe it strikes a nerve. Maybe you'll start a dialogue. Start a dialogue, start a dialogue, start a dialogue. I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted.
The toughest part of this was maintaining the attitude while squeezing all those words into that little space, you know, between the funky riff. In fact, that was a challenge for the whole song because the nature of it was that you get this funky riff and I'm shoving these little quick spoken lines in between. Yeah, kind of tough, you know. When I first played a rough mix of this for a friend of mine, he said, "Man, that's a hard listen." And I get that. It's because of the nature of the way the vocals fit in with the music. That's by design. It's that juxtaposition which kind of gives it the hard to listen, tough listen aspect. That's so what? You work a little harder to listen to it. It's got more depth. It's got more texture. It's got more shelf life. Better song, man. Tough to listen to. Why, yada. So that concludes our dismantling and reassembling of the song Gimme from a vocal standpoint. Be sure to check back next Friday at 4 where I'll post video 9 of 12, adding the effects. Who doesn't like effects? Effect. Affected everywhere. We're all